The music of the so-called long 18th century is very immediate, so it comes across very immediate with very few filters. When we play what we call the main affect or the subsidiary affect, the characters come across to the audience in a very direct way. So you don't need a thoroughly knowledgeable audience to be able to do this. And this is a great advantage, so you can express directly and catch the attention of the audience. From the pedagogical, educational viewpoint, the advantage is that it's shared. The responsibility is shared amongst the sections, so we all take turn in leading phrases, cadences, closing, opening. So it really strikes a balance between our needs of educating these young kids and also reaching out to new audiences.
Having this absolutely stunning setting, it just gives everybody such energy. Trees, the villa means that everybody is feeding off the environment and the atmosphere and like the positive energy that's here. And it's great because they obviously all get a chance to practice outside, practice obviously here on the terrace, and downstairs all the doors are open onto the veranda. I think it really does inspire the students and the tutors to up their game even more, because you don't want to play or work on anything that doesn't give the surroundings credit, and it just allows you to enjoy it so much more.
When I rehearse with the kids, I don't even think about all the other issues. It's just all about the music and the quality and how good we can be. That's all it matters. Like every charity, we're looking for money to be more ambitious, to develop more programs and so forth. We're different also because we are young, good musicians, and we play as a proper orchestra.
I think it's interesting to see that different tutors have different views on how we should play it. There's no right or wrong. It's more like Alberta might say, oh, do this in the upper half because it gives a softer sound. Whereas somebody else might say, oh, if you do it in a different position on the fingerboard, that will also give it quieter sound. And it's things like that. You've got to just experiment. And I think it's nice to be able to experiment with other people who like what you're doing and they're the same age as you as well.
Great experience, you know, not just for the music, but, you know, working around the house, which is something that I, believe it or not, don't actually do. So, like washing plates, making meals, it's been really challenging in that perspective as well. And also, I don't socialise as much as the other members of the group. So, doing the games and stuff at the end of the day is also really hard for me. So these challenges will hopefully make me improve as a person, not just as a musician.
Having to integrate with everyone it was difficult at first, but I feel I've been accepted. Everyone's very kind, and musically it's quite a challenge because it's my first time playing within a chamber ensemble, and it's much different to playing in a larger group. You've got to be much more precise, and there's so much more teamwork and involvement that needs to be there. It's quite a challenge, but it's very enjoyable at the same time. It's very rewarding musically.
Well, I think actually this week it's so nice to get to know all the newer people. Like before this week, like we rehearse every Thursday, but we don't really have the time to get to know each other so well.
We doubled the number of students this year, number of schools, so we recruited for the Spanish 2 more students. The real challenge was to get the new students to the same level as the older ones. And you can see the difference because the other ones already think as I do. We're like-minded in the way we approach the concert, the rehearsal. And so we had to train the others to do the same. But the large one.
Yeah, so if you see written 2-4, 4 means quarter note, no? So this means that the integral note will be not the next not the 8th note, but the 16th.
I do enjoy playing Baroque music myself, but I've never played it authentically as we do here, which is quite the challenge because intonation is so important and bow control, everything about it. It's a whole other world playing Baroque traditionally as it's supposed to be played, so it is quite the challenge.
The next challenge is to see who's ready to move on to the next level and form the core of what I hope will be a national youth orchestra for early music. So with kids coming from all over the country, not just from Liverpool, but still based in Liverpool, with the best kids, the best string players, young string players from Liverpool, leading and showing the other kids from the rest of the country how we want this to be in terms of musicality, engagement, level of expression, work ethics as well.
All of the cellos are very wonderful and they are the best section.
After the second violin song.
No, it's not true.
To enable kids that are not mainstream, in the sense that are not into sport, they know they don't want to be lawyers or doctors, enable them to have not just one opportunity of doing something else, but a big opportunity, something really wonderful to do, as wonderful as music is, something that you can really be a leader or part of something bigger than you. And because we fight against this traditional mentality that you can't make a living through music, and this is only partly true, and it's true only if you don't have the skills, you don't have the knowledge, you haven't been exposed to the full range of opportunities that are out there. So what we really like to do is that our Liverpool kids will have the same opportunities as the kids living in the capital cities of London, or Berlin, Madrid, Rome, Paris.